Hello and good evening to you. Welcome to News 360. It's live from a news hub here at Desawa in Kanda. My name is Alfred Okansi.
And I'm Natalie Forth. Let's take a look at the headlines for the next 1 hour.
News 360 headlines is brought to you by
Food and Drugs Authority condemns fruit sellers who use alum to color oranges, describing the act as a breach of its regulatory act.
Also, magistrate hearing J.B. Dankwedo's murder case sacks journalists from open court.
And Chamber of Petroleum Consumers COPEC kicks against mandatory towing fees.
Also in the bulletin, we bring you the significance of veils worn by Muslim women, referred to as the hijab.
And on the foreign front, estranged wife of newly elected Prime Minister of Lesotho, Thomas Thabane, assassinated. We have the details of these stories as well as the very latest from the world of sports and entertainment here on News 360 this 1 hour. We start off this evening with the agricultural sector, as Public Relations Officer of Food and Authority James Latte has condemned the use of alum by some fruit sellers to color oranges, but blamed consumers for influencing the practice. He says, though using alum to preserve food is neither wrong nor harmful, its use to color food is deceptive, misleading, and amounts to adulteration of the product, which is against its regulatory act.
An amateur video early this week stunned many consumers of the fruit. The video, which has gone viral, saw oranges being soaked in a yellowish substance, leaving the fruits looking yellowish and fresh. Orange sellers at the Medina market in Accra revealed they use alum to color oranges. In a casual interaction with some fruit sellers, they confirmed the fruits, if soaked in an alum concentration, prevent flies from settling on them when displayed for sale. An alum seller at the Medina market said most fruit sellers come to buy alum daily purposely to color their fruits. The process for coloring the orange, he said, is a common practice. Some fruit sellers say they use the chemical daily to boost sales. But the Director of Communication of the Food and Drugs Authority, James Latte, who condemned the practice, affirmed that the FDA has sanctioned some additives which are used in coloring food, but he was quick to add that such additives must be handled by experts. He said the use of alum is criminal.
People are coloring orange and things. It's something FDA is condemning. But what we are saying is that we have food grade color that is used in industry to manufacture food.
He also blamed consumers for encouraging the patronage of dyed foods.
We should accept products as they are. It's the nutrients that we want. Once we have the nutrients in it, that's the most important thing. Consumers should stop demanding things beyond what they should be.
Although alum is approved as a food additive by the U.S. Food and Drug Administration, it is toxic in large doses. Alum, also referred to as aluminium sulfate, is used to soften hard water to enable it lather. It is also used in deodorant manufacturing. In 2015, some traders were arrested for adulterating palm oil with Sudan 4 dye, described by health experts as carcinogenic and harmful to human health. The FDA assured consumers it has gotten rid of all adulterated palm oil from the market, but warned consumers to be mindful of what they buy and consume from the market.
The KMA Circuit Court, presided over by Her Honor Mary Centre, has adjourned the case involving the 13 members of the Delta Force to July 13, 2017. This was after the prosecutor, ACP Otre Darko, had told the courts that the police will have to do more investigations into the matter.
According to the prosecutor, ACP Ochre Dakon, the Attorney General sent a letter to his office on Wednesday, June 14. The letter indicated that the police will have to do more investigations into what triggered the action by the accused persons. Although one of the members of the legal team for the accused persons, Frederick Kankambodu, requested statements, his clients and the prosecution witness, that application was turned down by the presiding judge, Her Honor Mary Century, on grounds that the request is granted might undermine police investigations. Lead counsel for the 13 members of the Delta Force, Matthew Apia, said the police have not done a good job on bringing finality to the matter.
If the AG asks you to go and do further investigation, it means that if you were standing in court for trial, it means that you were going to lose the case. So it goes to confirm our position. But we don't have a problem. It's part of the legal processes. So the AG has ordered the police to do further investigation. That's okay.
And the national leadership of the Civil and Local Government Staff Association, CLOGSAG, says it will not resign from its position based on demands by the Eastern Region branch to get their interim market premium paid by June 30. Its Executive Secretary, Isaac Bampo Addo, says the concerns of the members would be resolved by June 26 after its National Executive Council meets.
The Eastern Region branch of CLOGSAG accused its leadership of failing to facilitate the payment of the interim market premium. The premium, which is expected to begin in January this year, is yet to receive attention. It again accused the national leadership of being in bed with government and failing to address its concerns. For that reason, they should resign if their premium is not paid through them. However, the National Executive Secretary of CLOGSAG, Isaac Bampo Addo, said the concerns of its members are justified.
This will sound as a warning to government that come end of June, if this premium is not paid, it's going to be a nationwide strike. They have to be given the premium. Their pockets are dry. There should be fairness in the system. So we understand their frustration.
He again indicated that a meeting would be held on June 26 on whether the leadership would resign or not.
It is not for us to resolve this issue. We have done our part and signed an MOU with government for this payment to be made. So it's an issue of government. And I take this opportunity to warn government that this is an issue that our members are not going to relent on, not until this payment is made. Resignation will help them to achieve what the objective they want to achieve. Yes. And if it means going on a nationwide strike, council will meet and then take that decision.
Away from that, residents of Bomfa in the Ifija Kwabre district of the Ashanti region have protested against the decision of their queen mother, Nana Ifwa Kona, to install her son as the new chief of the town. Bomfa has been without a chief for the past 10 years, a situation that's retarding development in the area.
The protesters marched through the principal streets of Bomfa to register their displeasure over the installment of the new chief, Kwame Amoah, who is the Queen Mother's son. The UK-based businessman was installed on June 8 after going through the traditional purification rites. But the decision by the Queen Mother and some elders of the community has revived the protracted chieftaincy dispute in the community as tension mounts among feuding factions. Agitated youth of the opposing faction protested the installment, which they described as illegal and uncustomary, accusing the Queen Mother of retarding development of the area. The protesters blocked the main gate to the palace. Armed police personnel were deployed to the town to maintain peace. The Mamponten District Police Commander Chief Superintendent Julius Pebison said the youth failed to seek police permit to demonstrate and demanded that they desist from an illegality.
I've told them there are two key words that work together: law and order. If one is not functioning, the other will force the other to function. So I've told them with clear words that the act of the demonstration is unlawful, for which reason they should disperse on their own. Failure to abide by the advice I've given them per the law, then the reasonable force will be applied.
The Queen Mother and some elders at the center of the conflict will not speak to the media.
Okay, so still to come in the bulletin tonight.
Well, we bring you the significance of veils worn by Muslim women, referred to as the hijab.
And on the foreign front tonight, an estranged wife of newly elected Prime Minister of Lesotho, Thomas Thabane, assassinated.
Well, let's go through this person. Remember, we're streaming live on 3news.com as well as News on TV3 on Facebook. We'll bring you more stories shortly. Stay with us. But let's turn our attention to other stories now this evening, as Vice President Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia has called on Muslim leaders to support government's Zongo and inner city development project. Speaking at the Flagstaff House, when the Chief Imam, Shehu Shaributu, called on him, Dr. Bawumia urged Muslims to uphold peace and tolerance during the Ramadan period.
The Vice President, Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia, made observation when the Chief Imam, Sheikh Nuhu Shaributu, called on him. The Vice President underscored the religious tolerance between the Muslim and Christian communities. Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia again emphasized the core values which underpin Islam, aimed at promoting tolerance and peace.
We visited the Azuma Banda Mosque. Sheikh Abubakar Al-Hassan tells me the more beautiful the woman is, the greater the need to cover her entire face so as not to tempt men.
If a woman is stinkingly beautiful, Islam prescribed that she does the niqab to cover even the face, because the beauty can be a source of fitna, trouble to other men.
Sheikh Mohammed rejects claims the hijab is a sign of oppression, saying it is a command from Allah, and the Muslim woman who wears it will be rewarded.
Hijab doesn't mean she doesn't have control over her life. In fact, Islam has given a woman more rights than any other person. It's just a command of Allah that we are trying to practicalize and nothing more.
There's no argument amongst women that the headscarf plays a critical role, especially in Islam religion. However, the use of the hijab in social life brings a sort of stigmatization, especially in the West. However, with Islam women, they say that it's a form of piety and humility before God.
The act of covering the head before God is not practiced in the Muslim religion alone, as the Bible also instructs women to cover their heads before God in prayer. Zainab Abdallah runs the Hajia Aisha boutique. She tells me both Muslims and non-Muslims purchase the headscarf.
Many are attracted to the way Muslim women dress. Just yesterday, I received a female Christian customer. She says she loved the mayafi and purchased many. Though mainly worn by Muslims, all persons can wear their scarves.
Prophet Al-Hassan described as disdainful recent attacks on the Muslim religion through terrorism. To him, in spite of the contradiction, tolerance is a hallmark of Islam.
When we see it, we are not happy, because we know Islam does not support that. Islam is peace. Islam has taught us how to live with all other religious groups.
Though the sight of a veiled woman still sets some on edge, the morals obtained from veiling stand paramount for women across various religions. It appears the only solution remains tolerance of all faiths. Natalie Fort, TV3 News.
Wow. You actually look good in the hijab.
It was comfortable to wear, I must say.
So you're Hajia now?
Well, not bad to add on.
Yeah, she doesn't know. We'll be back shortly. Some more stories. Stay with us.